Hello and welcome. Uh, Good evening, especially. Today is today is 17th of July. Okay, device correct. 17th of July, and yes, we are live here today. Well, this is Friday, and market is showing some great movement. It's 4:30 p.m. Of course, the pre-opening session of the United States US session. Wow, we are literally missing a very good, momentum by not being on the trade. But again, we should not make entries uh, due to just because of FOMO. But yeah, the market is going down like anything, and it's a great opportunity. So I'll wait for one more minute because the current candle, which is closing in next some time, in next 1 minute, the candle is closing, right? And as soon as the candle closes, the 15 minutes candle I'm in, I will go for a trade. Okay, so let's quickly see. This is 15 minutes chart of gold, and what do we have here? This is a resistance 4000. Support is really low at 3924. Market is currently at 3970, and this is the 15 minutes chart. What we see here is that there is a falling trend line in a shorter time frame, and we could see that the selling momentum is still continuing. So I'm planning for a short position, probably somewhere from here. So I'm expecting to see some pullback up until here, and then I'll go into the short trade. This is the trade one of today. So currently market is at 3966 or 67. I'll expect a pullback up until 3978, and from there I will continue from my selling trade. So that's the path. So from here I would expect the entry, and then something like this. Of course there would be zigzag happening in between, but yeah, I mean, entering here, it looks too lucrative to miss this. Looks like that we can enter right now here at this level of 3967, but I would expect a pullback at least to this 3978, at least a $10 pullback before I enter in my short trade. This might happen now or in a while, and the SL is 3998, which is around $20 or 200 pips, and the TP is 3924. Okay, so let me place my trade first. Okay, let me place the trade again. It's not, as I said, currently market is 3969, so I'm not entering right now. I'm planning to enter if I get a pullback at 3978. So I'm placing a future trade at 3978. Okay, with a TP of 3924. So I'll be opening two trades right now because my plan is to yeah, so my plan is to keep two legs, like one TP1 and TP2. So to do that I must have two trades as well, right? So this would be my TP1, which is exactly 3951, right above 3950, and my TP2 is at 3924, right? This is the setup. So let me take a screenshot and put it in my Telegram channel as well. Today I'm planning to take two trades. So if this trade in case hits SL or something, my idea is very clear. I'll take a second trade if this one hits SL. If not, I hope the SL will not be taken, and I'll continue my sell trade. But again, this is my trade one for the day. Today is Friday, so I'm expecting some movement in the market, and it may take a while, but again, I'll stay committed to my setup. Okay, come on, man. Now let's analyze the chart on a bigger time frame a little bit. We'll keep the trade setup as we have done, and let's analyze the chart a little bit. If we look at 1 hour again, this current candle, it's a big one, just like the 4 p.m. candle of yesterday. Today also we could see there is a big candle, right? And yeah, after that, like, see, the logic is simple. If we see yesterday also at 4 p.m. when this candle, if you could see that market went down from 4038 up until 399 to some $40, but then again, if you see 50% of this candle was actually recovered at one point of time, and then the selling momentum continued. That's what all I'm doing today. If you follow me, you know that I'm mostly I mostly use price action and all, and I try to analyze the chart patterns. So I take learning from candles every day. So that's my learning from yesterday, and of course I'm committed to it, that I feel like half of this candle must be penetrated before the market continues. It's so from here I'm expecting half like this, and then selling momentum to continue. Let's say that way. So to do that, that's why there's the reason I'm planning this sell trade in this fashion. Okay, what else do we see here? Yeah, on 1 hour chart, definitely the market is going down. Yeah, this is the 1 hour chart, and you could see that there is clearly a declining trend line, right? It's pretty evident, pretty clear from the chart itself as far as you go. So you see this declining trend line somewhere here. So again, this, I mean, so yes, the last rejection happened yesterday at 3 p.m. at 4039. So today also market sometimes might go to this level somewhere here, and then take a rejection and come back. So that's why I'm saying I'll do 2 trades today. In case market goes back up, I'll decide based on the situation, but for now I'm sticking to this sell trade, and if I get 1 TP for the day, I'll close my shop. So but what we see here is that on 15 minutes, even before I could get my entry, the market is continuing its selling momentum, but I'll not enter in FOMO. FOMO is enemy for traders. Also, it's exactly $22 candle, right? So if 22, half of 22 is 50, 11, that's $11. That's where my entry is. So I'm expecting 50% pullback in this zone 3978 before the selling continues. Okay, great. So let's see when we get it. Probably not now, maybe in next 10-15 minutes, or whenever it happens. I'm positive that market will continue its selling momentum. Overall, the trade is 1:2.54, which is a very good risk to reward ratio. However, I'm putting the trade with 2 legs. TP1 is here and TP2 is here. Okay. So let me quickly put notes here. So this is my sell entry. This would be my SL. This is my TP1, and here is my TP2, right? Not very technical. I mean, of course, I look at certain indicators like EMA and stuff, but in general, I look at the price action and I mark this support and resistance as the market evolves. I keep marking my support, resistance and levels, and that's what helps me to take trades. I don't complicate things. So on this 15 minutes chart, if we look at EMAs, you see the red one is the short EMA, which is 50, and this is 200. So market is below both these levels, right? Both of this EMA on 15 minutes chart. So definitely, it doesn't make any sense to take a buy trade at this moment, because we are below both of the EMA. So technically speaking, if you look at indicators also from that perspective as well, market is pretty bearish on 15 minutes chart. If we move to 1 hour, we could see, of course, that's even more evident. If you see market is below both EMS. This is the green line here you see is the long EMA, which is 200. This is 50. Market is below both levels, so definitely the selling momentum continues, until and unless at least this EMA of 50 is bridged. We will not take a long trade. We'll keep looking for opportunities on the shorter side, right? So again, I'll not let this EMS influence our decisions at this moment. But yeah, it was kind of a confirmation from me. So whatever I'm planning right now, I'm planning this short trade. I just wanted to validate that if it makes sense or not. And I could see that from EMS side also it makes sense. Let's quickly check the news. We're not expecting any big news for USD or gold today. So today we could see that at 4:30 there is some stats coming up which are not that important, right? The impact, as you can see, it's yellow. And 5:15 again some stats coming up, but those are also not very important for USD. And at 6 p.m. some consumer sentiment and inflation expectations are coming up. Again, those are also not that important. As you can see, the impact level is orange. So let me close that. Coming back to the chart, so I would expect this 50% pullback, as I mentioned earlier, to continue the trade. The risky traders would probably go in here at this moment here, but I prefer not to do that. Even if I miss the trade, it's absolutely fine for me. Making zero profit is better than making a lot of loss, right? So even if I don't get the entry, I don't make profit, which is fine for me, but I don't make loss. That's my whole idea. Elsewhere, let's quickly have a look at the regional developments in GCC, what's going on with the war and stuff, because those news influence the market very rapidly, right? I use this website to check latest updates. So latest update came at 3:55 like an hour back. Right now it's 4:55, of course. So this is about the attack on Kuwait. Okay, nothing new. Okay, so there were some attacks seems like today, so those stuff which I won't go into details, of course. For now we could see that there is a little bit of pullback. I'm expecting the pullback to come somewhere. Even here is also fine. 87, 89, probably market might come to this zone also, somewhere here. But for me, I would consider at least 50% pullback. That's what my whole idea is. If we get an entry here at 3978, I would call that it's a good entry, and from then we can expect around, this is around $35 in TP, and this is around $55 in TP, right? Which is very good move for an intraday trader. Come on. Okay, this candle is very weak. This momentum that we have seen here, we don't see any much momentum here like this. So yesterday what happened, if you see yesterday, this was the 430 candle, right? This was the 431, yeah. And then the next one was also a big candle, and the next one which from 5. So right now this candle is equivalent to this one of yesterday. If you could see that this candle was a big bearish candle, and then it continued, and the third one also actually went down, but then again came back up, and that's why we saw the buying momentum here. Let's see what's happening today. So far the grip of bear looks bit weaker, because here it's a big bearish candle, but then the next one is not that big. So I'm expecting a pullback by 515 or something to my entry, in this half of this candle, in somewhere in this zone. Time now is 4:50, so we still have 2 minutes for this candle to close. Quickly, let's look at 5 minutes. Okay, so what do we see here? This is the opening of the session, 4:30. So back to back 3 big red candles. The next one tried to resist, and then a green candle, and the current one is actually forming red. Let's see how does this candle close. Based on that, we'll make our next move. US session is the most volatile session of the day, so we have to be very careful when trading in the US session, right? Entry in a wrong place could take all your profits for the day or week, so it's better to play safe. Okay, the candle is about to close, only few more seconds to go. Yeah, candle closed. Yes, and the next one. Wow, the momentum continues. So what do we see here? Pretty strong momentum, on 15 minutes. So we are going to change our strategy a little bit. Okay, 3964, right? So if we compare with yesterday, let's change the candle color for a minute to Heikin-Ashi and see what we see. What you're seeing here is a very strong bearish move, right? Had we entered at 3970, right now the price is at 3963 or something, 60. Already we could have made 100 pips, but that's all right. Okay, we are going in right now. We are selling at this level. So what I'll do, I'll go for a very small position here. Okay, and then second position I'll make with the market retrace to 3977. Okay, because the selling momentum is very strong right now. So I'm taking a short position here for now. Okay, and this one is of course our original plan, right? So if I take a position here right now, let me quickly see on 1 hour how does it look. So 1 hour chart, we could see that the previous 1 hour candle was around from 3994 till 3966, $30 candle, and a lot of liquidity left here in this zone, right? Actually a lot of liquidity left here in this zone, in fact a bit higher than this in this area. Okay, so I'll not enter. Decision made. No entry here because we still have a lot of liquidity left in this area. So I will continue with my previous plan. Stick here, 3978 entry. Okay, even if I miss the trade, it's all right. Next review I'll do at 5:30, but for now I'll continue with my current setup. of 3978, entry at 3978, and TP1 3951, TP2 3924. But there is big selling momentum, believe me. You see this big weeks, right? Weeks on the bottom side. So definitely these are indications that market will come down eventually towards the end of the day. But entry is the most important part in trading, right? So I will wait for my entry at 3978 as I planned. And if I get an entry here, if I get the market back in this place, it's going to be a great entry. While this trade is maturing, let's look at the trade that I took yesterday. Again, that was also I did live. Amazing. Both TP2, TP1, TP2 both are achieved. If we see here, so live yesterday also I did it for, what time did I do this trade yesterday? At 8 p.m. Yeah. So I made my entry here at 4,000, right? That's what my sell area. My TP1 was 3981 and TP2 was 3964, which is already achieved today. Okay. So yeah, understanding this liquidity. If you see here, since I made the entry yesterday at 4,000, market only went $8 up from here, and my SL was at 4017. So both TP1, TP2 is achieved. Lovely. It's always good to see that what you forecast comes true eventually. So if you see I planned like this, that from here market will come down, then go up again and come down. So that's what happened, right? From here came down, here went up, and then finally today TP2 is also hit. But I did not I did not take TP2. I took TP1 here, and then I trailed my SL to TP. When the TP1 was taken, then of course I trailed my SL to entry, which I think somewhere here today morning around 7 a.m. was penetrated. As you know, that's how my trading strategy is mostly. Yeah, so what I do, I open two legs. So as you can see right now, I'm planning for two legs, right? Which chart I am in? Sorry, not this, not this, not this here, not this here. Yeah. Oh, the entry is missed by a little. 75, 76, and my plan is 78. So let's see. Oh yeah, here entry not confirmed yet, right? But I'll stick to my plan. So yesterday I hit my both TPs. Amazing. But I got only. So what happened now? You see, I placed two orders right now to enter in this level. TP1 is here. It means for the first trade TP is 3951, and whenever this 3951 TP1 is taken, for the second trade, what I'll do, I'll shift the SL of second trade to entry, and will keep the TP2 open, for the second trade. By doing this, what I do technically, I make sure that from the first trade I took my profit, and for the second trade I'm not making any loss. However, if I get TP2, those TP2s are normally bigger, like 500 600 pips. Those are actually very good. So that's my idea. Yeah. Quickly look at dollars today. This is a support. I was talking yesterday. If anyone joined, you could have seen that I was talking about this support, which support was broken. But again, dollars is going up. So whenever dollar goes up, gold goes down. Because the pair is XUSD, right? It's pretty simple. So if we see upward momentum in DXY, then we'll see a downward momentum in XUSD. So for now, for today, if I look at daily chart of dollars, what's happening? Okay, So this was not 1 hour, sorry, daily. So if we see here, Monday then Tuesday, of course dollar value went down, then Wednesday, Thursday. So yesterday was a big bullish day, right? Half of the previous losses are recovered, and today again dollars is trying to recover the loss of yesterday, sorry, the day before yesterday, and prior to that. Okay, so we see that dollar value is recovering, therefore we see the value of Xauusd is dropping today, but it's pretty neck to neck. I mean, gold is where the market opened. So we'll go back to our 15 minutes chart and see what's going on there. Sorry, these are my levels I keep marking, and so these thick lines are the ones which are like major support and resistance, and the dotted lines are the kind of minor support and resistance. These are my own terminologies, I use them. So if you see this one is a minor resistance for me and market is above this line, then I'll consider that as a major resistance. Similarly, this is a major one, 3924, it's a major support for now, and that's where I'm keeping my TP2 as well. Come on, man, don't miss my entry. Missed the entry by what, $2? But by 5:30, when the retail traders will join the market, I believe the market might recover and go up to this area before going down. This candle is showing kind of exhaustion, just like yesterday. If you see yesterday also at, so this was the candle of 4:30, this was of 4:45, and this was the one which is currently we are building, right? 5 to 5:15. You see it was a doji candle showed a big downward momentum and then came back up, right? So this one also has a big span, but the body looks like it's going to be again doji like yesterday. If this candle closes with this body, then definitely a upward momentum is expected. Well, let's see what happens. We have 4 more minutes to go. Okay, in the meantime, you might have seen this chart as well. So this is a what you call it, so this one you should look on a bigger time frame. This is what my projection is for gold in the near term, but this is for positional trading, not for intraday trading. So in a positional trade, I'm expecting the gold to touch this level 3674, but not now. It may take a month or so, or more, even more than that, couple of months. And when I was planning this trade, I planned the entry from 4007. Yesterday actually I planned this trade, and I planned the entry at 4007. I could see that today actually I got the entry. So that's for my positional trade where I don't use leverage. I go on the spot without leverage. So those kind of trades, and the SL is 4159 and TP is 3674, and this is the path I'm expecting the gold to follow. I mean, this one, to analyze this trade, you need to go on a much bigger time frame, probably on a weekly chart. If you could see, nothing much technical here. If you see, it's a very fundamental thing. So gold is actually building a pyramid right now, if you could see. Yeah, now here what we see here is that right after this momentum from 3500, where market was in last April, like a year back, since then there was no pullback, proper pullback ever since. The momentum is crazy since then, right? And I mean, for me, the way I look at market, fundamentally speaking, that gold cannot sustain such high prices over a long period of time. It may happen, but again, it has to do a lot of back and forth. It can't be a one-dimensional thing, right? So how I see here is, if I look at the path, so if you see from here, right, then a little bit of correction, then again you see this. So something like this, this is the trajectory if you look at it. And from this level, the last time this was the high of this time for April 25. From then, if we look at it from Fibonacci point of view, the top is here, right? Now if you see from here, market actually came back to this golden zone and everything, and all those levels are tested and broken and everything. So if the momentum had to continue, see, this is the where we are right now, this level of 3955, currently like 3968 or 70, this is a very critical moment. This is the 0.78, 0.786, this is the level of on Fibonacci, which is a very critical level. You can see that, and therefore market is on a weekly chart. If you could see, so week 1 2, so this is the third or fourth week that market is again coming back to this level. So the moment this area is broken, definitely the next is this 3510, right? Now again, see, first time market got rejected from here, second time again, third time also didn't come really to this level, and this is the fourth consecutive weeks that market is moving very close to this level of 0.786. So multiple attempts, but finally I'm thinking that this week, or I'm forecasting that this week market will, or in the next week market will actually break this 0.786 level, and then the downward momentum would continue, right? And then the downward momentum would continue. That's my positional view. Okay, but again, if that's why I put my SL here at 4159, that if any on a weekly chart, anytime if I see that market is touching and going back to this area, then of course that would be an indication of the shifting in the shift in the character of market, right? But that we have to analyze on a weekly chart. We can't do that on a smaller charts, right? And therefore this trades I don't take with leverage, I take more on the spot, positionally. So this is my trade, and I entered this trade yesterday only. Okay, and my entry was at 4005, and currently I'm at 3970, which is around 25 or $25. That's all right. The objective is huge here, I'm waiting to achieve 3974. Anyways, the 15 minutes candle is closed right now. Let's go back to the chart on 15 minutes and see what happened in the 15 minutes. Yes, so as expected, after two red candles, this one is a green one, 7 to 7:15. Yeah, so this is a green candle, and this one kind of engulfed the previous 15 minutes candle. So I'm expecting the market to come back to this zone again before going down, right? So I'll stick to my plan, the sell trade, but again the entry is after a pullback. I'm not entering right away. Comparing with what happened yesterday, similar story, two red candles, third one is a doji with almost nothing in the body, similar story. But today we see the candle is much better than the one we saw yesterday. But again, the next candle we saw a big bullish momentum, right? So if that thing happens today, probably we'll get our entry. But for now, I'll wait for the market to retrace to my level of 3978. Okay, great. See, trading needs loads of patience, right? You cannot be impatient, and once you make a decision, of course you should be flexible, but once you see something and you take a trade or you plan something, you can always of course analyze other possibilities, but you don't need to make frequent changes in your plan. So if you're watching this video from the beginning or today, I planned this short trade, but then again in next 15 minutes I was just reconsidering shorting from there. After this second candle, I was reconsidering if I should do a short from here, but then again I relooked at the chart on a bigger time frame and everything, and I realized, and I reconfirmed kind of my resolution, to wait for a better entry, and that better entry happens at 3978. Okay. Mhm. 5:30 we'll have the US retail session being started, so that would tell us the sentiments of retail traders in the United States and around the world, of course. So we'll wait for 10 more minutes because 5:30 the retail session will start, and then we'll see, of course, a lot of momentum in the market, right? That's how the market works. But I will stick to my because these retail traders of 5:30, they kind of confuse you sometimes, right? It looks like the market structure is shifting and all. So again, I will not go very far. If you look at yesterday this time, after this 5:30 candle, right from here, and then if you see around 6 or 6:30 or 7 p.m., it looked like that market is actually going to. So if you see this green candle, right, it was a big bullish candle, look like that we are going to get the momentum back on the bullish side, but it didn't happen exactly. After that, market again came down, right? So I'm expecting something similar today as well, but my entry is not yet confirmed. I'll wait, but seems like we're going in the right direction. Okay. Come on. What we have seen yesterday comparing to this one, so this was a big green candle, the candle between 5:15 to 5:30, right? So this is the same one which is building here. Let's see if we see the if we get the entry at 3978. I mean, people could go long here as well, right? And anyone with a shorter objective of TP and SL, I mean, the shorter target could go long here and then say, yeah, why not from 3972 we can target this level at 3986 or something, you know, $10-12 target, and we can go here on the long side. But for me, my TP is a bit higher, relatively $30-40 TP, $60 TP, right? So for that, I need a better entry. And as I explained earlier already, on 1 hour chart, on daily chart, on weekly chart, everywhere the market is bearish in nature, and therefore I don't want to take a short-term long entry. I definitely want to go along with the trend of the market on a bigger time frame, which is 1 hour, 4 hours, or so on and so forth. And on those charts, we have seen that the market is pretty much in the bear's grip. It's pretty much in the sell side, right? We have seen that. So quickly reconfirm on a daily chart. You see, it's, I mean, naked eyes you could see that market is in a bearish grip, and people would say that, yeah, absolutely, this is support zone. But again, This support zone has been tested multiple times, so I normally consider 3 tests or 4 tests, but I could see that this level is, if you see, this level is tested once, twice, thrice, fourth times, and then again went up and came back again yesterday, today, so it's a big, definitely this going level is going to be broken very soon, so this trade is there, right there. It's just that I'm waiting for a proper entry, okay, on a daily chart. So yeah, the falling trend line is still there, it's still there, the falling trend line. This is a daily chart. Let's go back to 4 hours. Again, 4 hours, the same momentum, you could see, right? So every time, sorry, market is creating a lower low. So this low is lower than the previous one, and again this low is lower than the previous one. So today I would expect, and since this is a Friday, I would not expect this to go right here to 4025 today. I would expect the market to come down in this area of at least 3950 something, where my TP1 is, okay, before the, yeah, so that's how it is. So that's on a 4-hour chart. That's how the market looks like until we see a proper pullback or breakout on the longer side. I will not take a long trade. I'll keep shorting, and for that I need proper places to enter. Okay, let's go back on 15 minutes chart again. Last 5 minutes. So let's see what's happening on the 5 minutes chart. How is it? Okay, market is getting comfortable here. It means breakout is due during the, so this is the zone, right? See here, yep. Light gray, let's keep it this way. Okay, so on 5 minutes chart right now, what we see here is that market is moving within this zone. We'll wait to see breakout on either side. I don't want to regret later missing a good short trade just because I wanted a perfect entry, but I'll not let my patience get the better out of me. I will stick to my plan of 3978. Come on, 3 more minutes, and then we'll see a lot of momentum of once the retail traders join the market. Of course, then we'll see a lot of momentum in the market. Seems like I'll not get my entry of 7.8, probably 7.4, right? But let's wait for a few more minutes. Another 15 minutes candle after 5:30, because generally this is what happens in the pre-opening session, and then once the session opens, then we see different picture altogether. The story of yesterday I was trying. By the way, my trades are generally long, tiring, boring like this, not like flashy $1 million trade in a minute, smaller position, smaller risk, smaller reward, smaller stress. Historically, I have done bigger trades with bigger lots and lost a lot of money by doing that. Since 2025, when I corrected my trading style, lot size, risk, exposure, entry, emotion, so many things, when I improved, now I would consider myself as a better trader. Of course, it's a long way to go, but for me, entry matters a lot. So if I get an entry, proper entry, then I can I can book profits. So if you see, yesterday also similar story happened. This was the trade which I did live yesterday. I took an entry here 8 o'clock, exactly at this level of 4,3994 on the sell side, and then the TP one was at 3981, 190 pips, or $19, you can say. I got the TP. It didn't take much time, I took the TP around 9:30 after 1.5 hours, and then today the TP2 is also hit, but it took how long? It took around from 8 p.m. and the TP2 came today at 4:45. So somewhere around 20 hours wait, right? Okay, now it's 5:30. Let's go back to our trade. Sorry. And see, oh man, it looks like the market is going to go down right from here itself, because this candle, this 15 minutes, I'll remove this. Control C. Yeah, this candle could not break the highs of the previous one, so market might continue selling from here itself instead of going to 3978. And if it starts going down from here, the 3951 is like immediately inside. In next 2 candles, in next half an hour, this TP will be there. But I can't enter here, it's already late for me. It gets a bit frustrating, like when your TP gets hit, before you get your entry. I mean, of course, I forecasted the trade when the market was here at 3966 or somewhere here. I forecasted a pullback up until 3978 with a TP of 3951. But market came up until, if you see in this candle, 3976. I missed my entry by $2, but I'm still hoping that a pullback would take place to this zone of 3978 or 3980 up until this area, 8085, before the selling momentum continues. But if I don't get that entry and the TP gets hit 3951, I'll be disappointed. But that's all right. That's part of discipline and emotion management, I would say. Come on, dude. Don't go alone. Take me with you. I do run some algo as well of my own. I made some algos of my own and I use them for trading. See, I normally don't do that, but if I see on 1 minute chart, there is a lot of liquidity left in this area. So this is 1 minute chart, right? Look at this. Absolutely, once this level was broken, 990 directly came down to this area. So in this green zone, right, a lot of liquidity left here. Market must come to this area to take the liquidity. Probably will go up a little bit until this again 90 ish, and then continues the momentum, but there are a lot of liquidity left in this area, the green area that I marked, and definitely market should visit this area. How does the 5 minutes look like? Same story. You see this candle, a lot of value left here, and market must come here before the continuation of the momentum. But if it goes down without giving me an entry and hits my TP of 3951, I'll be so sad. But what to do? This is what it is. Limited risk, limited reward, which is fine rather than taking huge risk and losing a lot. Let me check if anything happening with Mr. Donald Trump. I do check this Truth Social more often than you think because of this gentleman. Because you know that each and everything he says has huge impact in the market, right? So Truth Social, but let me go back and see here. Yeah. The market is barely holding this level. This one, right? This level is barely, yeah. Testing this again and again. The moment this level is broken with the conviction, definitely the downward momentum will continue. Waiting for more than almost 50 minutes now to get this entry. Patience is the key, my friend. If one candle close below this one 5 minute 15 minutes candle, let's say, and then another candle close somewhere here, then this downward momentum would continue like anything. Because see, this is the low of this was the 430 candle, right? That's a very important candle. Remember, this one define your, this is the first 15 minutes candle of the day. So as long as this low is protected, I'll still hope market to come back to my entry zone. The moment this low is broken, then there will be what do you say, chaos. Yes, almost my entry. Come on, man, one more push. Yes, the entry. Okay, the entry took place. Exactly, market penetrated my entry, so now the entry happened. Now I just hope that, okay, now I just hope that it doesn't go to my SL, you know. So the first part is over. I got the entry. Okay, 3978, they got the entry. After waiting for what, 55 minutes, I got the entry. Yeah, as expected. Ooh. Okay, time to shift to 1 hour chart. Now that I got my entry, come on. Okay, so that's the level I was expecting the rejection to take place from, right? Okay, I'm exactly at my expected rejection area of 3985. Now let's see if the rejection comes or I take the SL. There are two possible outcomes right now. Yeah, market is exactly at this level which I projected earlier. Okay, Wow, big buying pressure. 3989. So I'm $10 in loss right now. Seems like SL is going to hit in a while. Yeah, this trade will take the SL now. Done. SL is hit. Okay. Will we see a rejection from here? I'm not going in a buy trade. Of course, I plan for 2 trades today, but we'll plan for another short trade, but not now. I'll let the emotions settle down. Okay, so big buying momentum in the market, and my SL is taken already, and now the market is going down. I'll wait for a while before I take my second trade. For today, I planned 2 trades. In the beginning, I mentioned that I'm planning 2 trades, but maybe the second trade I'll take around 7:30 or 8 p.m. Maybe or may not be, but for now, I'll just sit and watch the market for a while. So instead of planning the entry here, I should have planned the entry here at 4,000 itself, right? And the SL could have been here at 4020. But this is what it is. That's what we learn from the market, right? Great. What do we see in 5 minutes? Okay. So until I see a clear rejection once again from the top, I'll not enter for a second trade, and definitely I'm not buying. As I mentioned earlier, my bias to the market is pretty bearish today, so I'll not do any buy today. We'll wait for proper confirmation on a second trade. Excuse me. But for now, I'll just sit and watch for a while. Thank you for watching if you did. If you're not, that's all right. But yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much and see you around.